Good evening, one and all. I welcome you all to Ganesh IAS Academy. In today's session, we'll be seeing environment-based current affairs from February 24th to February 29, 2024. Let us get into the news articles one by one, which is based on environment topic. So, the first topic that we are going to discuss today is Roen Olmi mushroom. What is this Roen Olmi mushroom? Let us understand that. So, researchers in Goa have claimed to have synthesized gold nanoparticles from this Roen Olmi mushroom. That is the reason why it is in news. And what is this Roen Olmi mushroom? It is a wild mushroom species that is widely consumed as a delicacy in Goa, in the coastal state of Goa. So here we need to understand in greater detail about this particular mushroom, what are all its unique features, what is it used for, and other such things from exam point of view. Okay, so Roen Olmi mushroom, it is a mushroom of a particular species called as Termitomyces. There is a specific reason why it is under this species, that is Termitomyces. The name for this as a significance. Okay, so it grows on termite hills and is called as Roen Olmi in Goa. So just because it is growing on termite hills, it is called as Termitomyces species. Okay, and it is a wild mushroom species which is loved by Goans and they are eaten during the monsoon season. Okay, so what else do we have to understand? That these mushrooms rely solely on their association with termites. This is very important. Termitomyces, that is because they rely solely on their association with termites for their growth and they cannot exist independently. This is very important. They cannot independently exist. Okay, they are always in association with these termite hills. Okay, and here these termites will provide these mushrooms with organic material that they need to grow, and in return termites eat these mushrooms to obtain enzymes and nitrogen. So they are in a relationship, they are in association. Okay, and these mushrooms are found only in Western Ghats in India, where dense forests and high humidity create the perfect breeding condition for these mushrooms. So dense forest is required and high humidity is also required, and such conditions are there in Western Ghats regions. That is the reason why it is serving as a breeding site for these mushrooms. Moreover, it is crucial as a strong decomposing fungus. Very important point to be noted, that in the forests and grasslands, they turn 50% of the dead plant material into nutrient rich soil. Very important. So they act as decomposers. So in any ecosystem, decomposers play a very important role. Okay, so they are the one who are going to convert the dead material, the dead biomaterial into nutrients. So the cycle will get completed only because of the decomposers. So this is very important to be noted. So it's overexploitation. This is again an important point. Its overexploitation can cause outbreak of new forest diseases like Casanor forest disease. This is a fact to be noted. So this is how the mushroom looks like, Roen Olmi mushroom. And talking about this species, that is Termitomyces species, all the Termitomyces species are edible and they are valued for their texture, flavor, nutrients and health benefits. Moreover, they have a wide variety of benefits, that it is antioxidant and antimicrobial properties are there in these mushrooms. Okay, so they are highly valued among people. So these are all the details which we need to understand from this particular topic. And then there are other types of mushrooms that are grown in Goa, and if you note, every other name is ending with Olmi. So here Olmi means mushroom. Okay, so depending upon its characteristics, they are named like Kut Olmi, Fugo Olmi, Tamdi Olmi and Shit Olmi. Okay, so in your question, in your prelims, a question based on this may be asked, like Kut Olmi, Fugo Olmi and Tamdi Olmi, often seen in news, is related to what? Or these are species of which plant? Okay, so it is mushroom species. Okay, so based on the stem shape and size, the shape, color and the fruiting season, they are named like this. Okay, so these are all the details which we need to know about this particular mushroom that is grown in Goa. Okay, that is Roen Olmi mushroom. The topic that we are going to discuss now is Subnational Climate Fund. What is this Subnational Climate Fund and which is the state which has received this fund and in collaboration with which international organization? All these details we must have to understand. Subnational Climate Fund. So recently Goa, again Goa here, Goa became the first state to get World Bank's Subnational Climate Resilient Green Fund. Okay, so it is called as Subnational Climate Resilient Green Fund. Okay, and Goa's government has partnered with World Bank to set up a unique financial facility to strengthen their climate resilience. Okay, and who are all the stakeholders here under this scheme, under this financial facility? So under this framework of blended finance facility, okay, it is called as blended finance facility. Here the Department of Environment of Government of Goa has signed Memorandum of Understanding MOU with various financial institutions like NABARD, SIDBI and PFC. What is NABARD? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. SIDBI here is Small Industries Development Bank of India, and then PFC is Power Finance Corporation. So with these financial institutions, the Department of Environment of the Government of Goa has signed Memorandum of Understanding for this, for the blended finance facility. Okay, why? To strengthen the climate resilience of that particular state, that is Goa state. Okay, so here the announcement of the blended finance facility was made during 2024 edition of the World Bank's India Climate and Development Partners Meet, which held in Panaji, Goa's capital, from February 19 to 21. Okay, so in that meet only they have decided about this financial facility, and then here the fund is being set up as an outcome of 100% renewable energy plan for Goa, which was announced at G20 summit. Okay, so it is part of the G20 summits plan. What was the plan? 100% renewable energy plan for Goa. So here we need to understand the significance of this funding facility, financial facility. So this facility is one of the first subnational facilities of its kind in India, and this will serve as a template for other states to adopt similar such facilities at national level. Okay. Moreover, key sectors which are earmarked to benefit from the blended finances are e-mobility, that is e-vehicles, and then renewable energy, biodiversity conservation, coastal protection and green tourism. These are all the areas which will be benefited because of these financial facility. Okay, so here we need to understand about the Green Climate Fund, because this is a part of Green Climate Fund which is being funded by the World Bank. So what is this Green Climate Fund? When was it created? What is its purpose? These details we need to know. So Green Climate Fund. Green Climate Fund was set up in 2010 as a financial mechanism under which framework convention? It is the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, UNFCCC, which started in 1994. Okay, here the GCF, that is Green Climate Fund mechanism, allows funding from developed countries to developing countries. Very important to be noted. So here the funding is from the developing countries to the it is from the developed countries to the developing countries, to allow them to mitigate climate change and also to adapt to disruptions arising from climate change, the change in climate. Okay, so mitigation and adaptation. For mitigation purposes and for adaptation purposes, The funding is being done by the developed countries to the developing countries. And here this Green Climate Fund is based in Incheon, South Korea, and it is governed by a board of 24 members and supported by a secretariat. Okay. Moreover, the fund also targets societies that are vulnerable to the effects of climate change, in particular the least developed countries, small island developing states, and African states. So these are all the focus areas of such funding. Okay, I hope this is clear. The topic that we are going to discuss now is North Atlantic right whales. What are these North Atlantic right whales? Why are they in news? What are all the special features that they have? Let us understand. Recently, scientists have discovered North Atlantic right whales. That is because they are getting smaller, which is impacting their ability to breed. That is the reason why it is in news. And here these whales, we need to get into the details of these whales. So these whales are migratory animals, which means they migrate from one area to another area over seasons. Okay, so they are migratory animals they are spending winter in warmer waters and they are migrating to polar regions for cooler waters in late summers. So in winter times they are at warmer waters, and during the summer times they are moving to polar regions where they will get access to cooler waters. Okay, so that is the reason why they are migratory animals here. And these whales inhabit temperate and subpolar waters of North Atlantic and North Pacific Oceans. Important. Okay, so North Atlantic and North Pacific Ocean is where they then generally dwell, and these right whales will spend much of their time near bays and near peninsulas and in shallow and coastal waters. Okay, so though they don't get into the deep waters, rather they prefer bays, peninsulas, and shallow coastal waters. What else do we have to understand about these right whales? That these right whales are generally restricted to coastal waters of east coast of United States and Canada. Okay. Moreover, there are 3 recognized species of right whales that occur in different parts of the world. What are the 3? One is the southern right whales, another is the northern Atlantic right whale, about which the topic is, and then the third one is North Pacific right whale. Okay, so North Atlantic, North Pacific, and southern right whales. So here these whales slowly swim through a cloud of plankton, because planktons are their major food. Okay, with their mouth half open, and then strain the plankton through a long baleen plates. So here we need to understand what this baleen plate is and what is the speciality of these plates. Okay, that we'll see in the next slide. Here the conservation status of these North Atlantic right whales is, it is critically endangered under IUCN, and it is placed in Appendix 1 of CITES. Okay, Convention on International Trade of Endangered Species of Flora and Fauna, that is CITES. So here in the previous slide we saw baleen whales, baleen plates. Okay, so what are these baleen? Okay, so generally mammals have teeth, whereas these baleen whales will be having something called as baleen. Okay, such arrangement is called as baleen. These are not teeth. They are not teeth. They are called as baleen. So they are used to filter the food. Okay, so see here, these are any cetaceans possessing unique epidermal modifications. So they are epidermal modifications of the mouth. They are called as baleen, which is used to filter food from the water. Okay, so here the major food is planktons, and these planktons are very small. They are very tiny. Okay, so it has to be filtered from the water. For such filtration, these baleens are used. Okay, so they are not teeth but baleen, and most mammals have teeth in their mouth, but baleen whales are strange exception to it. Okay, so this is what we need to understand. It is a kind of modification that these whales are having. Okay, yes. The topic that we are going to discuss now is Melanochlamys droupadi. What is this Melanochlamys droupadi? Melanochlamys droupadi. What is this Melanochlamys droupadi and why is it in news? We need to understand that. Let us get into the details. The Zoological Survey of India has announced has announced the discovery of a new marine species, that is head shield sea slug. So it is a slug. This species is a slug. Okay. So what is a slug? How will it look like? It will look like a snail. Okay. The snail that we see in the terrestrial ecosystem. Similar to that, even in the aquatic ecosystem, you will be having snails which are called as slug. Okay. So they are basically invertebrates. That is, they do not have their backbone. This is one important point to be noted. And it has been named as Melanochlamys droupadi, and it is named after our president Droupadi Murmu, President of India Droupadi Murmu. So it was discovered from Digha of West Bengal's coast and to Udaipur of Odisha's coast. From there to there, you can see these. Okay, it has been discovered, and then it is characterized by short, blunt and cylindrical body. So these are all the features of this slug, and it has a smooth dorsal surface with two dorsal equal or unequal shield, and it is a tiny brownish black invertebrate. So here it is an invertebrate, brownish black in color, measuring up to 7 mm long with a ruby red spot at its rear. Okay, and it has a shell inside its body. Moreover, it is a hermaphrodite. What is hermaphrodite? Hermaphrodite means those organisms which possesses both male and female reproductive organs in the same body itself. Okay, such animals are called as hermaphrodite. So it is a hermaphrodite, and they reproduce between November and January. This is also important, and these species are typically found along the intertidal zone, leaving crawl marks on sandy beaches. So they are generally found on the intertidal zones, and then they leave their crawl marks on the sandy beaches. And the species of the genus Melanochlamys are primarily found in temperate regions of the Indo-Pacific Oceans. So generally they are found in temperate regions, but there is an exception to it. That is, 3 species are truly tropical here. Generally they are found in temperate regions, but then there are 3 species that is found in the tropical regions. What are they? One is Melanochlamys papillata, and it is found near the Gulf of Thailand. Next is Melanochlamys bengalensis, which is found near West Bengal and Odisha again. And then the newly found or the current species, that is Melanochlamys droupadi, which is also found near West Bengal and Odisha's coast. Okay, and it is named after our president Droupadi Murmu. Here we need to know about the Zoological Survey of India, because it is the organization which has discovered this new species of sea slug. Okay, so this Zoological Survey of India is a subordinate organization of the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change of the Government of India, and then it is a national center for surveying and exploring fauna to advance knowledge about the country's diverse wildlife. Moreover, it was established in 1916 as a national center for faunistic survey and exploration of resources. And where is its headquarters located? It is located at Kolkata. Okay, so these are all the details which we need to know about this species, and then the organization which has found this, which has discovered this new species, that is named after our president. The topic that we are going to discuss now is Jacaranda trees. What are these Jacaranda trees? Why are they in news? Let us understand. Mexico City's iconic Jacaranda trees, known for their stunning purple blooms in spring, are experiencing an unusual phenomenon. What is the unusual phenomenon this year? That is, some trees are blooming as early as January instead of their typical spring awakening. Generally, they awaken or generally they bloom during the spring season, but then this year it has bloomed as early as January itself. So here we need to know about this tree species and its features from exam point of view. So it is a flowering plant. One point. Next is, it is native to tropical and subtropical regions of Central and South America, with some species found in Caribbean and Africa also. So it is native to tropical and subtropical regions of Central and South America. Next important point. Other than that, they are also found in Caribbean and Africa. Then they are known for its stunning clusters of trumpet-shaped flowers in shades of purple, blue, or even white. And these Jacaranda trees are prized as ornamental plants in parks, gardens, and even urban landscapes worldwide. Okay, so they are ornamental plants. So this is how they look. This is how beautiful they look. Purple in color, used for ornamental purposes. So are they only used for ornamental purposes? No, there are other uses also. Let us know that. So these Jacaranda trees hold cultural significance in various regions such as Brazil, where their blooming indicates the arrival of spring, as we saw in the first slide. And then some species of these Jacaranda produce valuable timber also. So they are not only used for ornamental purpose, but their timber is also being used here, and they are prized for its lightweight nature, durability, and attractive grain pattern. Okay, so if you cut a tree, if you slice a tree, a cross section of the tree, there will be excellent grain patterns in certain trees, and these are one among them, where they will be having excellent grain pattern which is highly priced, okay, which are suitable for furniture and decorative woodworking. And then, while generally not invasive, these Jacaranda trees are generally not invasive, but these can become a weedy in certain introduced regions, even though their ornamental value often outweigh any negative impacts. Just because of their beauty, it is outweighing all its negative impacts, okay, and making them a well tolerated plant in every other urban landscape. So this is what we need to know about the tree, that is Jacaranda trees, which are used for ornamental purposes and also used for timber, okay. The topic that we are going to discuss now is leopard population estimation in India. So recently leopard population estimation has been done. So what is the key findings of this estimation? Let us understand. So recently Environment Ministry, in collaboration with National Tiger Conservation Authority and Wildlife Institute of India, unveiled the 5th cycle of leopard population estimation in India. And here the leopard population estimate, we need to know the details, the facts about it. First thing is, India's leopard population is estimated at 13,874, showing stable population, showing stability when compared to the previous count. And then what is the increase in number? What is the increase in percentage? So the numbers rose by 8% from 12,852 in 2018 to 13,874 in 2022. Here, this only covers 70% of the leopard habitat. This is important. So this number, that is 13,874, accounts only for 70% of the leopard habitat that is there in India, with Himalayas and semi-arid regions not included in the survey. Okay, so statements like these are important from exam point of view. Moreover, region-wise trends, if we analyze the region-wise trends, In central India, the leopard population remains stable or it shows slight growth, whereas in Shivalik hills and Gangetic plains, there is a decline in population. Such trends are also important. You might encounter this in your prelims examination, or you can use this in your answer writing. Okay. Next is state-wise distribution. The highest number of leopards were reported in Madhya Pradesh, that is 3,907, which is followed by Maharashtra, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Okay, so this order you need to know for your prelims examination. And then the tiger reserves and other locations where more concentration or the highest leopard population is there are Nagarjuna Sagar Srisailam Tiger Reserve in Andhra Pradesh, followed by Panna and Satpura Tiger Reserve in Madhya Pradesh. So these are all the areas where you can find highest concentration, the population concentration of leopard. And then the study targeted forested habitats across 18 states of India with tiger population, employing food surveys and camera traps. So these are all the methods that they have used. They have used food survey and then camera traps, and it captured over 4 crore 70 lakh 81,881 photographs. Okay, to arrive at this figure, this survey. Okay, resulting in 85,488 images of leopards. Okay, and of these they have found that approximately 13,874 are there. Okay, and in India the leopard is found in all forest types. This is very important. Okay, so statements like this can be directly asked, that whether the leopards are found only in so and so location. But here what is the point saying? The leopard is found in all forest types, from tropical rainforest to temperate deciduous forest and even alpine coniferous forest. In all these areas you can find leopard, and it is also found in dry scrub and grasslands, and the only exception being deserts and mangrove Sundarbans. So in mangroves of Sundarbans and in the deserts there are no leopards. Other than that, everywhere you can find leopards in India. Okay. Next is, what are all the threats that are faced by leopards? One is, leopards are facing escalating threats across their range in India, like habitat loss, wildlife, human wildlife conflict, and then poaching is also done. And what is its conservation status under IUCN, that is International Union for Conservation of Nature and Natural Species. Okay, here it is classified as vulnerable. Okay, so it is a vulnerable species, and then under CITES convention it is placed in Appendix 1, and then under the Wildlife Protection Act of 1972 of the Government of India, it is placed in Schedule 1. So these are all the details that we need to know about the population estimation of leopards that has been done in India recently. Okay, so with this we are coming to end of today's session. I hope you found the session to be very useful and informative. Let us see in the next session. Thank you all.